Hello and welcome to another episode of my podcast, The Pocket Stylist. I'm Lisa Talbot and I'm going to start with a few thank yous. So first of all, I want to say thank you to all the listeners that come back week after week. I appreciate you. I'm so pleased that you love the podcast, that you come back week after week. So that's my first thank you. And my second thank you is thank you to you if you're a new listener, because we are loving the fact that the podcast is reaching more and more people. We're loving the fact that it's going up the charts. And I love the fact, more importantly, that we're really able to help you with some of the topics that we discuss. So today's topic, I want to talk to you about your knees and getting them out. Because this is the time of year so many ladies start to talk about shorts. And if you're like me, who has a completely different heat temperature in her body to everybody else, I think, in the world, as soon as it gets hot, I cannot bear to have anything tight around my legs. I like to have things a bit more free flowing and I like to get my legs out. So shorts come to mind. So shorts this season are amazing, but there was a lot of questions that came up, that I get messages for, and also there was some topics that came up regarding shorts. So I received some questions actually regarding shorts, and this is why I thought I would start this podcast today and chat about shorts. So bear with me. I'm going to get the questions up. So interestingly, I had a question about the new style of Bermuda shorts can be tricky to wear, Lisa. Have you got any styling tips? Now, the Bermuda shorts are quite interesting because they come a little bit longer. And interestingly, I was in M&S about an hour ago and they had a pair of much longer shorts, and I looked at them and I thought, this is going to be interesting. How do we style these? Because if you're more petite, if you've got a shorter leg, that they're not going to sit really where you want them to be. So the style of Bermuda shorts, can they be tricky to wear? They can be. So the answer to that question is yes. So they can be deceptively tricky because what happens is the longer length can cut the leg line if you're not careful. So my top tip is all about focus on the balance, okay? And the balance of what you wear on the top half, what you wear in your feet. So thinking about balance, what we kind of want to do is create this look of what goes on the top half goes on the bottom half. We don't make one area look longer than the other, whether it be upper body or lower body. So we can pair them with a tucked in shirt if you want to. Loads of linen shirts around this season. You can tuck, you can not tuck, okay? It's a personal choice. You can French tuck, you can tuck at the side, you can tuck at the back actually. You can undo some buttons on the lower part of the shirt. You can then tie a knot in it, or you can put a little you can put a hair band in it and create this wonderful kind of circular tie in it as well. You can actually unbutton the shirt. You can kind of wrap one side in and then fold over the other. But basically, tuck if you want to tuck, don't tuck if you don't want to tuck. Just think about the balance, okay? You could choose maybe something like a cropped blazer. You could have a denim jacket, something like that. So you're basically saying to somebody visually, look at my upper body, stop where my blazer, my denim jacket or a linen jacket ends, and then carry on down to my lower body, okay? You could use a fitted top to define the waist, and that also keeps your proportions in check. You could add a belt to your Bermuda shorts. If you use the same colour belt as your Bermuda shorts, you will kind of lose it. So you've still got to concentrate on the balance. If you want to go with a different colour belt, you want to go with one that's got texture or maybe a print, then, you will do that. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, it might go away. That's better. If you choose a belt that's got a print or a pattern or something like that, it will still allow someone to go, oh, upper body, oh, look at that belt, let's carry on down. So think about how you're going to create these proportions. If we're thinking about our feet, a slight heel, so it could be a kitten heel, it could be a flat form on a trainer, it could be a wedge. They will always, anything with a heel or something that will elevate your leg will make your leg look longer. So it will elongate the leg. If you want a really, really polished look, choose a pair of Bermuda shorts that are a little bit more tailored, a little bit more, have got more of a structured fabric and a style. You can go with a belt as well. There's a lot of these gorgeous tailored shorts out at the moment. I have seen them in M&S. I've seen them in Next from a high street perspective. I've seen them in, where was I the other day? Bershka. I've seen them in H&M. But then from a middle end, people like French Connection, Mint Velvet, Hobbs have got some as well. And other stories. I'm thinking when I was in London the other day. And then from a branding perspective, we have got them in Couples, they're in Me and M, that type of thing. Oh, and Mother had some gorgeous ones as well. So the Bermuda short is not tricky to wear if you work well with the tips that I've just given you. So give them a go, okay? I got another question, which was, are shorts still on trend for this year? And absolutely they are. They're having a really, really strong moment again this summer. And there are so many different styles out there because we're seeing everything from that kind of relaxed boxer style short, which is huge in places like Zara at the moment. I bought a pair from Zara the other day, lovely deep waisted elasticated waist. They're khaki and they run with this lovely kind of embroidery anglais cream thread running through them. I wore them when I was away for the weekend a couple of weeks ago. They were fantastic. They were so easy to wear because the deep waistband allowed me to basically tuck the t-shirt in that I had on, but also it allowed me to sit a top on the top of it, which worked really well too. So the boxer style shorts are amazing. They are, again, they're in lots of different places. Some have little ties on them, but they're so easy. And because they're very lightweight, if you're going to somewhere like Seville this weekend, where I've seen the temperature is going to be about 39, they're going to work really well because they're going to move. So they keep you really, really cool. And obviously there's different fabrics that you'll be seeing this season as well. If you want to elevate this look from a shorts perspective, look at the co-ord sets. So that's the blazers mixed with the shorts as well. I put an Instagram post up the other day of the most gorgeous co-ord linen set that I found in M&S. This gorgeous kind of oatmeal tone, the cuffs, the hem on the jacket, the hem on the sleeves, the short hem, and the detailing around the pockets was all frayed, but it looked absolutely stunning. So that's another thing you can kind of do if you want to go for kind of a co-ord set, but it looks elevated. Maybe try something like that. They're everywhere. The city shorts are styling like they're suiting, so they're quite nice as well. And again, in lots and lots of different places, whether you are a whistle shopper or whether you are Claudia Piolo shopper, there are lots around this season. And I think what's really nice is you're going to be able to wear shorts that suit you. So I also bought, funnily enough, in Zara, I bought a skirt. Now, I bought a cream one. And the reason I bought cream was because I knew I was going away for the weekend. I didn't want to take a lot because I was taking hand luggage. And I bought a cream skirt, the shorts that I mentioned earlier on. And I literally took 3 white t-shirts, all different, but they all went with exactly what I was wearing. But I was only going for 3 days. So I knew what I was going to wear. I had a dress in there as well. But I changed it to a skirt and it was really interesting. A, it was comfortable. B, it looked fab because it looked like a little skirt. It was no shorter than a pair of shorts. And again, you can play with your lengths as well. But basically, the key shift in shorts at the moment is how they're worn. So think more refined, think slightly dressed up, and less kind of beachy. Unless obviously you're going to the beach and you want something to throw on whilst you go up and have something to eat for lunch, or you're sightseeing and things like that. Play around with them. But the look this season is slightly more dressed up, slightly more elevated. I think you're going to see a lot of co-ord sets be worn for places like, I don't know, Henley Festival, something like that. It's definitely going to be kind of elevated. You can style them with a blazer. You could style them with a little cardigan if you wanted to, like a really lovely luxe knit for a fresh, really on-trend take. When I went away last weekend, I have to say I stole my daughter's yellow cardigan, which is absolutely beautiful. And I'm really lucky she was the same size as me. Because what I was wearing, it complemented really well. And the softness really worked with the outfits that I took. And I didn't take a jacket. I didn't actually need the cardigan unless it was in the evening. But think about how you're going to wear your shorts. And what I will say to you is, if you're sitting there thinking, but I don't like my knees, just go with it, because we've all got knees. My husband, I'll let you into a secret, has always, and I have been married for 23 years this year, my husband has always said to me, "You've got little boy's knees," because I'm really sporty, always was as a kid. He's always said to me, "Oh my gosh, you've got little boy's knees." But I kind of embrace it and go, "Hey, I've got little boy's knees." And I have to say, getting my knees out outweighs the fact of me being hot, because if I'd had trousers on when I was away, I would have cooked and I would have been so uncomfortable. So think about the shorts that you've got. If you prefer something a little bit longer, then maybe go down to where your legs narrow, where your thighs narrow down towards your knee. There are shorts out this season, like the pedal pushers, that are longer. They will cover your knees, but they're tending to be a little bit more fitted. So have a look around, even if you're shopping online, put in, short styles, or go to a department store where, like a John Lewis, and have a look around as what shorts are there. And just, I know it's really easy, but don't get distracted and just go, well, I'm here for shorts. I'm here to find the right ones. There were some really nice ones in white stuff the other day. Even to the point, like, Hugo Boss has got some really nice ones as well. So are shorts still on trend this year, Lisa? Absolutely they are. Just find the ones you love. And that's huge. It's massive. This was a question that came up as well. Lisa, have you got any tips for choosing the best denim shorts? And there are denim shorts in abundance out there at the moment. I have to say, I have got some denim shorts that I've had now for a couple of years from H&M. They are the most comfortable pair of denim shorts ever. And I reckon I've probably got one more summer left in them, because I have worn them and worn them and worn them and worn them. The elastane's starting to break down, even though I don't tumble dry them or anything like that. So I'm hanging on, very much like maybe some of you, I'm hanging on to this pair of shorts for dear life. So my tips for choosing the best denim shorts, it's all about the fit. The fit is everything. So look for a pair that flatters your shape. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it could be high-waisted to accentuate your waist. It could be mid-rise for more comfort. And mid-rise, take my word for it, is hard to find this season, whether they're jeans or whether they're shorts, but they are out there. So again, choose which ones you find better. I have got a selection of clients who much prefer high-waisted. I've got a selection of clients who way prefer mid-rise because it's more comfortable for them. Interestingly, I have got a pair of I've got a pair of jeans actually that are probably mid-rise, and they are super comfortable at the moment. So we all dip around, but for denim shorts, think about the rise, okay? Aim for a length that feels comfortable for you and it makes you feel confident. Now, some of the shorts are uber short, and depends on what you like, may not be as flattering for us, especially me. I look at it and think, oh no, they're way too short for me. And also they would make me feel very restrictive. So while too longer on a short might make you feel frumpy, unless you style those obviously intentionally to look like that, and have a look on Pinterest, have a look through, even put some, go onto images in Google or your search engine, something like that, and you'll see how you can like the length. So obviously, depending on your height, lengths will sit differently. So sometimes it's about just trying them, because I can't say to you, yeah, that short is a perfect length, because if you're 5 foot, it's going to be one length, and if you're 5'8", that pair of shorts will look completely different. So think about the length that you're looking at that feels comfortable and it makes you feel confident, because it's absolutely imperative. A raw hem can actually give you a really relaxed vibe. And there's a lot of raw hems out there at the moment. And it's very much like a jean, where a darker wash or a turn up adds that little bit of polished look. It has that little bit of kind of elevation to it. So have a think about that. And I say to all my ladies, always do the sit down test. So if you don't know what the sit down test is, literally put them on. Find somewhere to sit before you buy them, because sometimes, you know how the legs ride up, that's when you can go, oh no, they're not for me. Very much like if you're trying on a pair of jeans, I say to ladies, do the sit down test, because if you suddenly get all this material around your crotch area, you know you're going to have to go smaller, because it means that you get this little kind of pouch around your tummy, which isn't very flattering. So always do the test, the sit down test, 100%. And interestingly, have just to think about what you want to get from your shorts. As I'm sat here recording this podcast, I always have my telly on, but it's quiet in case there's anything that pops up. And would you believe, there is a lady on this morning who's just about to do a fashion piece, and she is in a piece of black co-ord shorts and jacket. So it's how apt is that while I'm talking to you. The other thing to think about is your legs, with regards to, do you want to add a little bit of colour? Adding a little bit of colour is brilliant, because again, it just gives you a little bit of depth to your legs. It can make them look longer, and there's nothing nicer, is there, than seeing a little bit of colour on your legs. I have to say, and this is from a personal recommendation, I bought the Dove kind of self-tanning moisturiser. Oh wow, it's fantastic. I picked it up, said to my daughter, oh, what do you think about this? She was like, oh yeah, it's got good reviews, why don't you give it a go? And I have used it every day since, when I get out the shower, I put a little bit on, and it's fantastic. So if you're thinking, oh, I don't really like fake tan of any type, try the Dove self-tanning moisturizer. It's fantastic. It smells nice, it's brilliant, and after a couple of days, I went for the medium to dark. There's a really lovely coverage, and for me now, my legs don't look lily white. I've got this lovely little bit of covering, so if I've got shorts on, it's great. Or I have to say, even if I see them in the mirror, I think, oh, nice colour. So there are my hints and tips on 3 questions that I was asked about shorts. Hopefully that's really, really helped you. I obviously, as always, if you want to give me an update, I would love to hear how you get on. And keep me posted. But I hope this has helped. Have a wonderful day and a lovely weekend, actually. And I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.